In this video, I'm going to find the limit of this given function. The given function is y is equal to f of x, which is e to the power 5x minus x squared. We want to find the limit of this function as x approaches infinity. This is a function where we kind of have to think a bit, okay? We kind of have to use our past knowledge to evaluate the limit for this function. So let's break this function into two smaller functions. One of them is, let's call it h of x is equal to e to the power 5x, and let's call g of x is equal to x squared, okay, or negative x squared, doesn't matter. If you look at these two functions, as x goes towards infinity, obviously this g of x goes to infinity. And also, if x goes to infinity, e to the power 5x is gonna also go to infinity. Now the question is, what happens? You are running into a situation of infinity minus infinity, which is kind of technically undefined. Okay? Now, what happens to the behavior of this function as x approaches infinity? Now, you kind of have to remember the following, by the way. This is a polynomial function g of x, whereas this is an exponential function. From our past knowledge, we know that exponential functions goes towards infinity very fast, okay? They either grow very fast or they decay very fast too. So in this case, it's a growth, right? Exponential function is growing very, very fast compared to the polynomial function x squared, okay? So what happens is this. In the long run, that means as x goes towards infinity, this function is going to dominate over this function. Consequently, the result is this: limit x approaches infinity, f of x is equal to limit x approaches infinity, e to the power 5x minus x squared is gonna go to infinity. Now, one point to mention here, even though at some point I tend to explain infinity as a point on the number line, which is the farthest point either to the right or to the left. If it's positive infinity, is the farthest point to the right. If it's a negative infinity, is the farthest point to the left on the number line. However, infinity is not a limit, okay? Just to clarify. When you get a limit that is either positive infinity or negative infinity, it is not a limit. It says that the limit does not exist. So for this function, as x approaches infinity, the limit does not exist. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.